check. 1, 2, test. Good afternoon, hockey fans. I don't know if I'm coming through now worldwide. But join me up here in the commentary booth of Bolzano 2017. And the commentary... It's an interesting Good afternoon, sports fans. Here we are back again at the Palaonda in Bolzano, ready for the feature match of the day, as far as I can see, in the preliminary rounds of the Masters Inline World Cup. Let me just shut the commentary booth door so people get the hint. And that is GB versus Switzerland. Ah, there we are. Nice to see everybody. Welcome back. I'm Pete Wirt, former GB manager for 6 years of the Inline Masters team from GB. Originally from Winterpeg and now residing in Old York and working for my sins in the pit of despair underneath the dark and blackening regime of Darth Vittori, whose new idea apparently is to reduce the amount of education that we'll actually be doing and just take students, tip them upside down, take off their shoes, sell them on the high market and make as much money as possible. Seems perfectly reasonable to me. Meanwhile, out here in the real world, we've got, representing Great Britain, the under-38s Masters team, and the team that used to play for me and that I played for 6 years. Now coming back to Bolzano for the second time to represent GB and try and do what they can against the onslaught of professionals and quality hockey that you find at this level now. Team Switzerland, that they're playing today, has accounted for themselves very, very well. A new entrant in the games from last year, and they came very high last year. 4th position, I think. anthems. We should expect that the Swiss team play a fast and attacking game of hockey against GB, who struggled a little bit today during their opening match. Like all matches, they're tough, but GB seems to inevitably get the Czech Republic. In every match, every World Cup I can ever remember playing, the Czech Republic were the first team that GB ever met. When we met them in France, on the shores of the Atlantic. We met them and I scored the first goal of that match, followed promptly by several of their own. And it didn't stop from there. So now we've got our boys in fine voice, I should expect. Greg Finlow, the second time he's played for this team, here last year again as well too. And probably one of the stronger members of the team. A couple of new ones. '49 Monroe Morris, a new addition to the team. Judging by his performance this morning, looks like he's got some legs. So, GB, what have they got to offer us in terms of this match? They should be a little bit more organised. They've worked out the bugs. They got a good hammering against the Czech Republic. It was 19-1 this morning. That's not an unusual scoreline against the Czechs, bearing in mind, with all due respect, that the Czech Republic sends out a team that are basically made up of professionals or ex-ice hockey professionals, some of them semi-professional teams. So these guys know how to play and know how to play from the time that they're walking and sometimes even before. So bearing that in mind, GB versus Czech in the opening game of the preliminaries, as it always seems to be, is going to be one of the biggest asks there is at this level of hockey. And with that in mind, it's not unusual to see a scoreline like that. So don't despair about that. GB have got a lot to learn from that. They'll settle and they'll play themselves into these matches, as they will do. A strong first line Team G that they've got to start with. We're going to see how they put that out. Speaking to Simon here earlier on, long-time captain of the GB outfit, I'm hoping that they've got some new tricks to work on, something a little bit beyond the breakouts that we worked on before when he was leading us out as our captain and our coach. So let's see what they've got in terms of maybe something a little bit more than the breakout, maybe a bit more attacking hockey, meeting people up front and putting the puck into the offensive zone rather than defending very deeply as we have done against the better players. This should be a reasonably even matchup, and if GB come out strong quickly, then I could anticipate something even potentially leading up to the first half as a draw. Rickie Cooper, returning goalkeeper, who wasn't here last year but has played for my GB teams many times, is a game-winning goaltender. He will change this match if he's on form. He struggled again this morning. You cannot fight against the level of Czech concentration and consistency and sharpness. So Rickie Cooper is the one to watch today for sure, along with number 49. Watch for his legs. See if we can score one off of the bat. And we'll see how this game takes shape. So we're on the dance floor. And Anthony Parkin, long-time coach for GB, sends that outlet pass, and Simon Hare's going to have a big dig, slap shot, just to test the keeper. Ooh, a little bobbling puck still going, still bobbling around. Ooh, a little bit of glove around the face there. Does that puck catch someone on the rebound? Ping, slap shot. Came out. A little bit of argy-bargy there just behind the play, but these guys are tough guys. He'll brush that off. Seems a bit earlier to be taking a rest. Swiss known normally for their efficient timing. Perhaps getting this little rest break a little bit early. Let's see that replay again. Just a little bit of bad skating, heads up, and not quite being able to turn away up. Look at this replay. Whack. Just couldn't quite get his head out of the way. A bit like one of these Swiss cuckoo clocks, eh? Head in, head out, shut the door. But all is well, and we're back underway, and the Swiss now taking their breakout. Cheeky pass got around the defender, and Rickie Cooper well to save it. And GB consolidating and not panicking. That's a good sign. This first line definitely going to be a strength line for GB. Not the best outlet pass ever. It's going to go behind him. Well defended. Cooper stretched out. He's got to get back up quickly. Parking not really dealing with that very well. Bobbled underneath. Rickie Cooper stretching himself, being tested early. Watch that drifting, 57 now in the back. Swiss keeping the pressure on and then send it back for a little bit of a reset and a breather. Potentially a line change as well. Here come the line changes. For the uninitiated in terms of inline hockey at this level, it's a 4-a-side game, which in terms of its relationship to its ice brotherhood, tends to open up the game a little bit and make it more attacking, just like that. A lot more open space on the ice. And that allows for a slight variation in the way that the teams play. So, cagey little start, no one wanting to commit too much. A couple of cheeky little goes. And now we've got line 2 out. Kaj, number 24, Judd Kamwalder, he struggled a little bit this morning in the Czech match early doors, almost in the first play of the game. Got quite a knock. Looked like it was to his left knee, but he seems to be skating all right. Well, as good as he ever did anyway. So Team GB looking quite well here. Organized, not stressed. Defense being able to absorb pressure and then push back. The Swiss team expectantly forechecking a little bit high. Bubbling puck in behind the Swiss keeper now. Good attacking. Can we do this? Cheeky little pot, but didn't know where that puck went. The keeper was lost, but it luckily bobbled out. And Kaj just being able to scoop that back up and turn it around. Under a little bit of forechecking pressure, though, and couldn't quite get the outlet past Robbie Coolstock. Another player to watch on the GB team, number 25. He's definitely got legs and stick handling skills, so he could do an independent goal-scoring run. So watch for this. Pace of the Swiss team. They can go around defenders. GB settling in nicely, just to start. Nothing to worry about yet. Just got to watch that pace, because this is it right here. Number 51, he's going to be quick. He's going to stick handle. He's going to want to go in all on his own. And then the drifting pass right behind. By that back post goal poacher, just losing his stick as a result. Okay, here come one of the new boys. Quick snapper from just a little bit proud of the face-off circle. And the keeper just scoops that up and gloves it. And we'll have a change of fresh legs. Settled in very nicely, GB. I think that often the time playing the Czech team straight off just knocks a little bit of the nerves off, you know, without wanting to be too cheeky. Can we say that that game is a foregone conclusion? Possibly, and it depends on how the coaching setup wants to look at a game like that. If it's just a consolidation, something to practice, something to test out, etc., etc. But now, this is where it really counts. This is a winnable game, and they've got to tactically approach it just like that. So this is going to be attacking hockey, and I'm assured that by Simon Harry, who's definitely stated that in our chat earlier on. Okay, cycling nicely. Loose little puck there, well dealt with by Cooper. Tell just looking for a little bit of support in the defense. Close, though. That came a cropper for him earlier on today, that same move. Nice little breakout drill popping along now. Okay, a little bit of pace for GB breaking up, but just couldn't quite control that puck. Okay, this is danger now on the counter. Swiss player going in deep. Luckily defended. Watch the man, not the puck. Watch the man, not the puck. Looks like the Swiss team are going to send a deep goal poacher. Playing a sort of a diamond. Oh, puck pinched. Number 49, he can do this. Can he push it? Whoa. Couldn't quite face it. And the Swiss player looks as though he's going to get to sit for his trouble. Were it not for that, perhaps. So we're just looking at the replay. A great little save by Cooper just off his shoulder on the glove side. And then let's see this. Talent. Ooh. I tell you what, these Fears refs, I mean, in any other game, that hook wouldn't have even got a look in, but they just do not like the sticks up. You know, a brush of stick to shoulder or midriff, and you will be sitting for at least a couple minutes. So, sticks down, chaps. Sticks down. GB settling in nicely, looking like they've got a plan. Cheeky little pass, no look. Another little no look pass. Stretching now. Can you move in? Oh, it could have been a rebound off of the skate of one of the defenders of the Swiss team. Oh, and a slip. Oh, this is a real opportunity. He's got to go. Oh, the pass couldn't come off. He wasn't sure whether he wanted to shoot it. Oh, look at this. This is going to be another. Okay, now, so the plan is that they should go 2-on-4 with a double power play. Rickie Cooper's come in, so they've got 5 on. They've got to take advantage of this. This could be a great break. Penalty's being called. The referees will hold as long as GB have got possession. Penalty in their favor. Can they put something together? They should be able to. 5 outfield players on the pitch. 3 Swiss defenders. Get your stick out of the way, and as soon as he touches the puck, the whistle will go. Again, you've got to watch these sticks, so let's watch the replay for this slash. A little bit of slippage there. Great opportunity. And then here comes the chop. Really, it's light, just tickling his hand there. But again, these Fears refs, as I said, they just don't want you to touch any part of the body with the stick. So earlier on we saw a little bit of physical play, which it doesn't tend to be the main feature at this level. Pixie just lining up for a bit of a boomer, but deciding against it. Can he do it this time? He's going to boom it now. Trying to find the hole through there, but just ended up hitting the keeper on the pads and rebounding out. Then they've got to watch for this Swiss pace because they will do it. Okay, there's a little bit of physical. That's going to make him sit, for sure. Do the Swiss team not want to have anyone out playing anymore? They're all going to be sitting down watching this game next. Again, Cooper comes in. We'll go 5-on-3. And the Swiss seeming determined to lose the first opportunity. Oh, just hitting a little bit of air there. There goes the whistle. Swiss player number 30 attempting to claim that he was being held as well, but doesn't appear to be that way. Right, so now we'll have 4-on-2. And this is a golden opportunity that cannot be missed for GB to score. This is their opportunity right here. Quick cheeky pass. And they'll clear it. Giving them some time and try and wear down the clock. It's 12:25. We've got no scores on the doors yet. It's in the first period. We've got a minute and then about a minute and a half left in the 2 penalties. Slap shot from absolutely out of nowhere. Now, that's the kind of firepower that could win a match. Marcel Malley just catching people off guard there a little bit. It's impossible to defend 2 on 4 like that. That's the shot. That's the kind of thing that GB can use effectively when pace and when pressure might let them down a little bit at this level. A little bit of talent and skill in terms of a shotgun like that from distance could really be a game changer as well. So I think that unleashing slap shots now from just on top of those hash marks could be a critical key for GB really potting in a few goals. And this will lift them now. That'll be energy to be a little bit of extra lift in their legs, and that should push them forward nicely. Swiss team, what was their plan? Are they coming out aggressive? Going to try and intimidate the GB team a little bit physically, getting hands up, sticks up, etc., etc. It was definitely a feature of their game last year. Didn't start like it, but it got a little bit niggly, it got a little bit heated from time to time. So in this match, we might see the Swiss team spending a good portion of it spectating their own bench from across the road. And let's see what GB do to respond to that. They take their opportunities and manage to stay out of the penalty box themselves, a place that they're not that unfamiliar with at all themselves. Then this could get very tasty. So we're going to play out the rest of the penalty. 1:26 remaining in the longer of the two. 12:01 and GB lead 1-0 against Switzerland here at the Inline Masters 2017 in the Dolomite Hills of Bolzano in the Palaonda Arena. Local team, the Foxes, who play here on the ice normally, as they do in Europe, especially in the Alpine regions. Oh, really long pass. This is really dangerous. Oh, Cooper with his stick out. How did he do that? That's NHL-esque. And then the counter-attack is on straight away, not messing around. Tried to find the 5-hole underneath the pads. That's a great little poke. Harry just striking there. That was a really good opportunity. Fantastic. GB got to be a little bit careful. They can get caught sleeping sometimes, especially on defense. But looks as though Simon was right when he said that going forward, GB are going to be formidable, especially on that counter-attack. That was a really quick reversal. Hold on to your ploughman sandwiches, residents of the UK and expats abroad. This could get pretty interesting. Tell Bryan, now one of the most capped players, just feeding it out. Nicely organized, GB taking their time. Bit of a sharp pass there, not quite getting picked up. Can we snap it away? Swiss did well to defend that. That's unlucky. Tell's got to be really careful about watching the bench. A little bit of support from the keeper. Normally you'll see the keeper have a good slap of his stick on the floor to let the defender know that penalty box is about to open and the player's released. We're back to 4-on-4 now. And an emerging feature of this game is the danger of the Swiss pace. They're going to get in behind defenders. Can GB attack in numbers here? Good puck control going forward. Passing a little tough. These pucks, unlike ice pucks, can be very, very bobbly on this plastic surface, which rebounds and responds to a lot of the energy that they put into it. So it does tend to flip up a little bit. Tends to be a little bit more jittery and skittery under your stick and under your feet, and can get a little sticky in places too, especially if it gets a little bit of condensation on the floor. But well prepared, this still mat. Every year we use this surface, and the players appreciate it. And this surface is probably, arguably, in the World Cup history, the best they've ever played on. Centering pass here. Ooh, can he wind it up? Just took a little bite or two on it to get it centered on this stick, Harry, before he unleashed. Then he goes to the bench. This is a dangerous counter-attack. Rickie Cooper takes another one on the shoulder. He's going to have a shotgun wound on that top left shoulder. GB good on the counter-attack, already in the other end. Pushing it, trying to turn around for the wraparound. Oh, and stolen through. Life's puck in the middle. This is exactly what Harry warned us about, the GB team getting into positions, pushing themselves forward, confident. Looking positive. Well done, GB. What can the Swiss team do to respond? Very dangerous. Can't be left alone for a minute. This is going to be a game about concentration. Centering pass. Marcel Malley just sitting on the back post waiting for something to popple through. Nothing quite did. Oh, looking for the backhand pass. 1-2-3 there. And they couldn't defend that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That counter-attack will come swift. It's like lightning. Straight out of the Tyrolean mountains. 1, 2, 3. Swiss player. Just a little bit of a puck just bobbling up out of Rickie Cooper's. He's throwing his arms up. He didn't know what to do there. The puck just popped out of his skate underneath him. Didn't even see that coming. What could he do? And there's the poacher right there. Defense in front of the keeper. Critical. Got to get physical. Especially with these Swiss guys. They don't mind it up them. They'll take a hit or two. As long as you're not doing it with your stick. With these first refs. Then I think that a little bit of a gentle nudge in front of the goals would do well to push them away. And don't let them goal hang. They want to be chippy. Now look at that pace, that turn, really quick turn. Cooper down. Whoa. That pass just went straight through and behind him. This is the pace now. I think the Swiss team are starting to rev up a little bit. It's 1-1, 8:22 in P1. Passing is accurate with the Swiss team too, and they can move players forward. Look at this, very dangerous. 1-2-3. GB caught just a little bit puck watching there in the defense, crashing their own net, trying to do a little bit of the old classic schoolboy toe drag and pop it through the wheels. Didn't quite come off. Florinet, number 30's got pace. He can turn, he can stick handle. Tries a little wrister, catches a deflection and bobbles out to the side. GB not really pressing here, trying to squeeze out a line change. Number 40, Mike Gibbons, just calling for some fresh legs. Okay, there you go. GB getting compressed a little bit. Well defended. Well, that's an unlucky puck, though. Got loose. Oh, Cooper let that one just through his legs and it went tumbling around behind him, but just missed the post. Now GB are feeling some pressure. They were confident. What are they going to do with it? Okay, that's a good outlet pass. What can this new chap, number 49, do? He can find someone way out in the wilderness. Marcel Malley sitting there but couldn't find a gap. The keeper was just absolutely sealing all the gaps. Got a silicone sealing out and absolutely wrapped it up. Watertight Swiss keeper. And that was a big part of how they took the last year's semi-finalists, USA, to such task. Loose puck in front. Harry with a wrister. But the Swiss keeper equal to it. Opportunities are there, though. It's looking really good going forward for GB. They'll score like that if they're crashing that net forward. This could be end to end. Six minutes 30 left. It's 1-1. GB Swiss in the first period. 2 20-minute halves. We'll call them periods, just, you know, for the sake of history, pedigree, culture, call it what you will. Loose puck just getting away from that Swiss attacker at pace. And the clearance is going to roll all the way back into the Swiss half. And GB sensibly not too far in a rush to chase it and just blow out their legs. Ian Parsons, number 10, outstanding defender, really, really solid at the back. Good passer of the puck, really good head for the game. Isn't going to panic. So watch for his sort of steady control of the ship at the back during defensive maneuvers, and you'll see him positioning himself well. So now he's watching, he's positioning himself good. Unfortunately, he's got 2-on-1. What can he do? Can he defend it? Cooper, can he stretch? I think we'll call that more luck than virtue. But Marcel Malley on the turn. Little toe drag there. Still deking. Got physically put out by number 13. Can he get it back? The Swiss team consolidating. Ooh, good phase of play there, GB. And Parsons recognizing the danger and rolling back. Here in the defense. To be replaced with his line changes. GB not wanting to forecheck too much. Because it's dangerous when the Swiss attack like this. Slap shot again going past Cooper's stick side there. Just didn't get a pad on it. It sort of brushed his jersey. Saw it move in the wind. Slap shot from outside but caught the deflection. Well defended. Took one for the team there. Tell just taking his time. Maybe just putting a little bit too much heat on that clearance out the wing. Couldn't get quite picked up. Quick attack by the Swiss. Moving around. Goal hanging a little bit. Looking dangerous. Trying to fish up a little loose puck around this goal. Bobbling puck doesn't get quite received in the way it should do. And now a little bit of GB forecheck. Dave Wright didn't quite do enough with that. Danger here again, coming in. Cooper didn't have to do too much because it went wide. Now GB counterattack. This looks fresh. Oh, took the wrister. Keeper caught it. I think it was in his glove before he knew it was. GB just got to stay sharp, keep their positions on defense. Don't get stretched. Defenders like Anthony Parkin, number 5, Pixie on defense. Referred to, generally speaking, as a stay-home defender. He's having a little chirp at the referee for allowing this rather leisurely breakout. Probably just tucking into a Toblerone there on the bench to give him a bit of energy. Oh, they love their triangle chocolates, the Swiss. Pixie won't mind a little bit of argy-bargy like that. He can handle that. A little bit of pressure here on the forecheck now. GB struggling to just break out. The Swiss using their pace to kind of just disrupt. Got 3 deep defenders now here, so 1, 2, 3, and 3 forecheckers on the Swiss. Not foolish enough to go that deep. Ooh, if he picks that back up, can he pace? A little bit of a check there, but that's fair enough. Just a little bit of a love tap. And now Swiss come attacking, danger. Oh, fantastic save. Rickie Cooper, pincushion polo player. Outstanding. He's taken the hits for the whole team now. Can he survive this absolute battering? Can the defenders take him on? That was a pretty good shot. Hot wrister coming as the attacker was rolling backwards. So he had some power, had some pace with it as well to put his body behind it. But Rickie Cooper putting body right before country. Some issues with wet patch on the floor, likely. For those uninitiated to the roller sports world, there's literally nothing worse than a wet patch. It's the worst possible outcome. What contrast to the rest of the world. Oh! Just a little deadly lack of concentration and a creeper. Stealthily sticking right to the floor, right underneath Cooper's pads. Probably didn't even have a chance to close that down. Smartly goal poached. That's the danger. We've got to win face-offs in your end. That's, you know, a kind of a must-do. It's not a nice-to-have. It's a need-to-have. Malley, number 72, can get a little bit chippy himself, so he's got to be really careful because Fears will make him sit and watch the rest of his team play if he's not careful. They don't like any contact with the stick. Marcel Malley is an energy player. He likes to get a little angry and get a little crazy, and that really makes him step up when the chips are down. It's fair enough. Malley is just trying to avoid a little bit of a penalty there, but moving forward nicely. Rob Coulstock, 25, centering pass, tries to do the backhand because he couldn't fish it on the front. Puck still bobbling around, a few bodies rolling around on the floor. And the battle of the bodies are won. The centering pass, very dangerous. Where's the defense, GB? You've got to be organized. Just catching themselves a little bit, puck watching. And then a good outlet pass. Parsons clears the decks, and Malley, can he pot one? He's going to risk it. Oh, and he rings the bell, and it goes in. Well, he had a 50-50 chance. If he's going to hit the post, it's got to go one way or the other. Now, if he meant that, well, what a laser beam. Sets it up. Patience. Finds a big gap over the keeper's glove side. I guess the keeper fancied that he could just catch that, but nobody saw that. Sing a song in Sheffield when they score. Whoosh, it's behind you. Marcel Malley won't be the first goal he gets during this tournament, not by a long shot. And as I suggested earlier on, it's going to be his gunshots that allow him to do it. Swiss team lurking dangerously. Well, two can play at this game, can't they? And these goals can come out of nowhere, you know, just building around the keeper. If they're in anywhere near those two face-off circles, that is a deadly zone for poaching, because you can't see the puck going through all the traffic. Start to fire a few mortars through the woods, you'll be picking the biscuit out of the basket. Pixie number 5, GB not very happy with the snack time that keeps occurring with the Swiss team every time they do a line change. Ooh, a little bit of body pressure there. Someone going to get the call. It's a Swiss penalty, so someone from GB is going to sit. Danger now. What have GB got during a power play? Simon Hare, just at the top, captain of the team, directing traffic, making sure that they set up, trying to box out. Could be tricky. It's an awful thing to do. Oh, bobbling puck, he's got to find the hole. Oh, good defense. Fantastic. He put his body on the line, number 7. Tried to make up for maybe a bit of the problems caused by getting a penalty in the first place. Mike Newberry, one of the newer debutants for the GB team this year. And by all accounts, not only comes along with plenty of hair, but plenty of pedigree. A canny skater, and managed to do just enough of a job there to make sure that that opportunity didn't turn into a goal for the Swiss. But they have the man advantage now. Fresh legs out there. Parsons really steady. He'll just put his body in the right positions so he doesn't stretch himself too much and doesn't give the opportunities. Oh, trickling through. That just enough of the stretch to get a little bit of purchase on that puck as it nipped through. Number 25 just pulled it back a little bit. Rob Coulstock just seeing the danger there, just enough energy on that puck to slow it down and stop the chance. Good clearing pass rolling along the boards. Dangerous here. Swiss team up, loading the shotgun. Might have took a deflection on the way through. Ooh. And GB take a deep breath and can rest their aching calves as we come to the close of the first period at GB2, Switzerland 3. Break out the Toblerones. Pretty impressive start, actually, for GB. Let's have a look at a couple of the highlights. Got Marcel getting a bit beaten up here as he goes for his attack. Swiss attack again coming in. Pace being dangerous. 2-on-1. Dealt with just enough there of a purchase on that puck to stop it from going through. Swiss attack again. Didn't get much on that, but the loose puck in behind was picked up by the right goal poacher. Great centering pass. Defenders caught puck watching and not man watching there. Here comes Malley turning, trying to touch a drag, dropping his body, throwing everything at it. There he is, behind. Decent pass up to the front, but wasn't the right angle. Too many doors to go through there. That's danger. That puck was rolling through. No one was really 100% sure where it was. But watch these defenders. 1, 2, 3 defenders there for GB closing in to each other. And we see there GB getting their chances, pushing it through. Bit of a wet patch there. Maybe just allowing for the opportunity, but decision making, quickness. Couldn't quite pull it off. GB looking bright, looking dynamic, looking aggressive. And that's exactly what they need to be against this team, and maybe just quiet them down a little bit. Swiss team electing to go back to their locker room for the team chat, whereas Team GB is on the bench having a good chat. A couple of different conversations going on. Earlier on, they played the Czech Republic. It's a tough game, this. Remembering that Team GB are amateurs, coaches, fathers, players of the game at amateur level and local clubs, etc., etc. A few players in there have played at quite a good level. IIHF players, certainly Rickie Cooper and Simon Harry, have played with each other before at IIHF level. A couple of the chaps in there as well too. So, you know, there's some experienced high-level hockey players in there. But a lot of really good amateurs who have played really well. One at club level in the UK. When they come up against the semi-pros, though, and the real professional ice hockey players, it just got a little bit too much to ask to meet that quality and that precision. Still, this looks so far to be, as far as I can see so far anyway, the best GB team we've turned out yet. Really strong. And good depth as well, too. GB has, in times past, maybe had a couple of strong line ones and then struggled to turn out the same depth. But this looks pretty strong throughout the gears. There's not really a bottom tier to this as such, with a couple of key players and a couple of match winners right through the ranks. I would say, though, watch out for Rickie Cooper. He is Cooper is a keeper of distinction, and definitely in the days that he was playing for me when I was managing it, he was a game changer for GB and keeps them in games that they have no right to be in whatsoever. He struggled this morning, and I spoke to him just earlier on before he went down to warm up for this match, and you know, he was expecting that. He knew that it was going to be tough. But GB have quite rightly, you know, taken the lessons from that, maybe shaken off a couple of their jitters and some of the nerves, and are putting themselves in a good position here. Still a goal down, though. Need to step up. The Swiss will be goal poachers, dangerous goal poachers. And deadly in front of that goal, especially if GB get caught ever so slightly, just a little bit watching the puck instead of watching the man. They've got to stay in terms of positioning. Watch number 10, Ian Parsons, does this fantastically well. He's got really good positioning. He's not going to watch puck. He's going to drift forward. He's going to get into positions. Might even see him coming away from a player rather than going close one-to-one and not letting them turn and come into a position where they might be a little bit more deadly coming forward, whereas Ian's just going to shadow them and maybe force them out and maybe make them rethink in which way that they're going to make their attacking run, and not let players drift in especially around the back of the goal. That's where the Czech team are really strong, and most really strong ice hockey pedigree players, they're going to come in around the goal, they're going to come in and hang at the back, or they're going to come in directly right down the center while the person picks up and then recycle, and they're going to recycle in that attacking zone. Either that, or they're going to start taking some pot shots from just outside the hashes or just at the top of the face-off circles. That's how Rickie Cooper was undone on that last one. Just deadly little laser right underneath the 5-hole. Couldn't even see it likely. So concentration. If most of you guys haven't seen already on Facebook, for those of you guys who are watching, I've posted up a preliminary schedule, as much as I can possibly surmise as a good possibility for what we're doing over the next few days in terms of streaming. Quarterfinals, obviously, a bit of an unknown quantity just for now. So I'll get back to you when we know more about that as we get to it. So here we go. Welcome back to Bolzano in the Dolomite Hills of Italy, in the Palaonda Arena, where we've got Team GB. 1 man down and 2 goals down as a result of some pretty deadly slap shots, just exactly where I suspected that could come from. High of the face-off circles. Penalties cannot be afforded by Team GB. The Swiss look very capable of striking. Matching Team GB with skill for skill, weapon for weapon. The Cold War is brewing up on the glaciers of the Matterhorn. So what can GB do? Get some skaters out here now. Pixie holding fort back at the center, shooting a puck through, seeing who can pick it up, mop up the mess. Almost there for the centering pass. This could be deadly. Got a little stick on it, the Swiss player, and sent it round back. Just settling into some line changes here. Maybe trying to decide what to do, make a plan. Not quite coming off. Bit of a bobbling center ice pass there. Picked up nicely, but had to turn back. And we'll start again. Oops, that's dangerous. As the temperature warms up in here, that puck can get a little bit sticky. Catches people off guard from time to time. What can he do now, Mally? He's keen on these sorts of things. He's under a little pressure on the boards. Can he stretch it out? Doesn't have a centering pass, though, high enough. Parsons not really quite in the position. He's playing a little bit out there. Playing quite high. Sends it back for a restart. He's patient. Okay, assistant captain coming in. Colstock takes a little pot shot, but rebounds off and goes in behind. Penalty coming up. Someone from GB is going to sit. Keeper goes. 5 outfield players. Ooh, if Marcel was a little bit trickier, I think he might have just picked him there. I'd have taken my chance if I was Mally. Maybe just picked him and got the whistle. 5 outfield players. It benefits Team GB to get this puck as quickly as possible and not let them settle, because the longer they wait for the penalty to sit, the more opportunity they've got an extra player on board. So it's always worth just getting the penalty over with and letting it start and then dealing with it then. And there's the possession that causes the whistle. And then we'll see what the infraction was. And there it is again. Marcel Malley just trying a little stick check, but catching the hands of the gloves. And as I've said, a feather duster would get you a penalty box break at this level. I guess maybe old men's skin's a little bit more fragile or something like that. Maybe they don't want to. Add any more scars to what's already a rather rough and ready patchwork at our delicate age. But it's definitely their thing. No sticko toucho. Bang! Slap shot from up high. But deflected. No action. Swiss keen to open up space here, driving in, but lost it. Now what can GB do? Pixie's got the presence of mind to hang on to it for just a bit, then just got under a little bit of pressure in the washing machine right in front of his own keeper and decided the better of it and to send it flying, maybe a little bit respectively towards the Swiss keeper, just to test him, see if he's awake there, leaning back as he is just now, off camera on the posts of his own net, taking a break from squatting for an hour like they do. Wearing a duvet, mattress, and padded helmet. In the 30-degree heat. Of the early summer of northern Italy. Swiss still passing it around. Oh, Swiss timing. And it unleashes. Too difficult to try and cover that. And extremely tiring. It's so difficult when you're on your toes and you're bouncing around, trying desperately to follow the puck as it whistles and moves around you. It's a big ask. GB 2, Switzerland 5. 15 minutes left to play. In period 2, despite what it says on the scoreboard. Ooh, another little bit of danger, but I think Cooper just caught that in the pit. Oh, no, in between his legs. It might have trickled down. Luckily, there's nothing there to interfere with it. Looks like Cooper's going to take a break. It's been called off. And reserve keeper. Strolls out to take his place. Give him a bit of a rest. It's hot out there. So maybe this is discretion is the better part of valor. GB on a bit of an attack here, putting some pace forward. Dangerous. Surface shot, just going a little bit wide for Harry. Simon Hare, one of the most experienced players on the GB team, and has been known to single-handedly make goals just when they're needed. Captain of the team for a number of years running now, and has children of his own who play hockey regularly. Swiss team coming in dangerous. There's that counter-attack that's just a bit too quick for the GB defenders. Now the Swiss team are starting to find the gaps. I think heads are dropping a little bit now, and that's a real danger for GB. Their concentration has got to be key. Thought the keeper just had that in his glove then, but not quite. They're crafty, the Swiss players. They're very accurate, even on the backhand. Fast. Oh. Crossing pass. Defenders just letting the attackers, just getting behind them a little bit. Kaj there, just getting caught drifting behind, losing his pace from skating backwards. He was facing the wrong direction and just got caught out there a little bit. Might still be struggling with his knee a bit from this morning. Marcel attacking that face-off quite smartly and at least taking some pressure off. But can he pick this up? If he's a little bit lucky, he'll go. Can he? Can he? That's got to be interference. Yeah, here comes the penalty. Asked and received. So doing his job there, Marcel, and winning that penalty smartly. So, number 57 for the Swiss team. I'm sorry, I don't have their roster here, so I feel a little bit like I'm doing the Swiss team a bit of a hardship here by not calling out their names properly. Moura, 57, Swiss, is going to sit for his trouble. Can GB take advantage of this power play? They could really do with it. 13 minutes to get 4 goals back. Ian Parsons steady on the puck, takes his time, just directing traffic. Little cheeky nip through. That was definitely a worthwhile shot. Okay, Harry not getting a penalty? No, he's not going to call it. You know, he wasn't. The referee put his hand down and then he put his hand back up again, and there was no need for that. He wasn't sure, the referee, and then he decided, yep. Harry looked at him and said no, and he put his hand up, and that was it. Harry's a little bit confused. He's shaking his head, he's looking up, he's wondering who's looking down on them. Withdrawing what little luck that they had before. And that's the possession that causes the whistle. Well, let's have a little look at this when the replay comes in. And they're going to call it tripping. Was digging for the puck underneath the wheels, but then, you know, maybe he stepped on it. So Simon Hare, the captain of the GB team, is now also going to sit. And we'll go 3-on-3. It's a tricky one, that one. You know, the first referee, he was right there. Ultimately, in terms of tripping, it doesn't have to be on purpose. If the player was disadvantaged as a result, even if he steps on your stick's underneath his boot, that's a penalty. So you've got to watch that. Pixie smartly clearing the decks there and clearing himself some room. 3-on-3 can open up some space, though. Who can go in front? Rob Koolstock maybe looking for a little bit of a spot there. Cycling. 3-on-3's opened up a little bit of space for GB. Can they do some stick handling skills? A little bit tentative, though, on the attack. Maybe not quite wanting to go and fish it out. Good stick handling skills from Munro Morris. No, not going to call that one. That's accidental. Take advantage of it. Maybe thought he was going himself. Newberry thought, oh, I'll get the penalty, but he didn't. Got to play to the whistle. And so just lost the puck on the 3-on-3. I don't know, Team GB, you're settling back here. I don't know. I think you were doing your best when you were forechecking them now. Swiss back to 4. And GB settling in for a little bit of pain and torture to try and box them out in the triangle. Roller hockey teams, short-handed, tend to create a triangle shape with a center player sweeping out front. Marcel Malley using his stick handling skills and his body, trying to get through, but can only at best get a backhand. Wants to use his body. He's getting angry a little bit now. He's starting to rev up the energy, start to push himself and impose himself on the game physically. That's his style. That's where he's at his best. Oh, pad shot there. Well, GB under a little bit of pressure here now, starting to feel a little bit maybe tired, a little bit disheartened, heads are dropping a little bit. they've got to keep their heads up and keep putting that pressure on. I think that they're at their best advantage if they push forward and get them on the forecheck. "10 minutes to play. GB 2, Switzerland 6. GB starting really bright in the first half. Scoring early, taking their advantages, and forechecking really strongly, really good attacking going forward. Strength and depth of all their lines, so a lot to be happy with. Just sometimes a little vulnerable when defending against pace and the sharpness of some of those goals that can come from just high of the face-off circles. There's definitely a couple goals back here if GB can stay bright, get their legs going. Maybe they can get a couple back. 9 minutes, 21 to play. Crossing pass, and the referee getting a little bit interfered there. Might just come well for Parsons if he can fish it out. Knows he's got a player behind him. Where's it going to go? The centering pass just got deflected and wasn't quite accurate enough. A little bit of argy-bargy as players are skating backwards. Referee calls it, but not a penalty. Oh yes, a penalty. Penalty called from the second referee off of the play. Called for holding. Couldn't quite see from the replay what that was. It might have been interference. Let's watch this replay back. Yeah, harsh call, I think, that, to be fair. Probably just two boats looking to occupy the same space and not quite enough turning power. So maybe a little bit of an advantage here. They come and they go, these penalties. So can GB take advantage of that opportunity? And zing one in. Wrister, but a little bit high from Coolstock. Just leaning back a little bit, wanting to get some height on it. Mike Newberry getting a little bit lively with his stick. Swiss team getting pressured and squeezed out. GB have got to get some legs going. They can't be letting the Swiss team handle the puck when they're man down. Time's ticking. So what's the score here? Come on. Single-handed attempt by the Swiss team. GB will pick it up, but hard on that forecheck. There goes Newberry again. He's struggling to clear that away now, and he's really getting pushed. There's some evidence there of the Fears referees not minding a little bit of body, but stick, no. Wanted to do the backhand pass and preferred the forehand. Cheeky, can he get a cross-ice pass or is he going to find it? Just got pressured off of it. Ooh, livelier legs, I think, would have jumped on that puck from that back corner there as it was floating a little bit loose. So again, the Swiss pace now, and now they're just playing around. GB have got to absolutely get sharp on those legs. 7 minutes to go. They don't have time to waste like this. Someone's got to go and chase him and take it off of him smartly. Come on, Harry. Time to step up. Get that puck off him. Obviously going to use pace, the Swiss team, is their sort of primary weapon. So what have G&B got now? We go back to 4-on-4. 6:48 left to play. 4 goals to find. Not impossible. GB struggling to find that threat in front of the goal. Throwing themselves at it, throwing the sticks at it, throwing their bodies at it a little bit, but just not quite finding maybe just a little bit of the run of the puck. It's just rolling about a bit and not quite coming to their stick as sweetly as they'd like. Cross-ice pass is going very well for the Swiss. Starting to get efficiency bonuses here. Tidy little passes. That one unluckily didn't quite catch, but could have done. Dangerous. Marcel winding up. Oh, great centering pass. This has got to go in. Oh, what a save. Walter, number 20, the keeper from Switzerland, absolutely spinning and tumbling around. Mali picks it back up then. He wants this bad. Backhand pass just goes a little bit too sharp on the angle, but GB taking advantage. Kaj in the corner looking for the pass. He made the right decision. Pixie from a boomer. Wiggles, but doesn't shoot. A little bit of a rough pass to Parsons on the other side. Can he pick it up? Nah, he lost it off the boards. That'll be disappointing. There was a real chance there. Yet again, the Swiss seemingly unhappy with playing 4-on-4 for any time length of period. So build themselves a nest in this penalty box, the Swiss team. Highest penalty count of any games so far, that's for sure. Will the Swiss be the high penalty count of the tournament? A position traditionally occupied by Team GB. So we patiently wait for a timeout. Swiss team maybe making the plan of how they're going to eke out 5 minutes and 21, 4 goals. Could be too big of an ask just now. Not impossible, but GB have got to find something a little bit extra special here now. If they've got something in their locker that they haven't shown us yet, now is the time to plot it out. This is a must-win game. These early preliminary matches and the seedings that then come from them in the quarters are critical. So they're going to end up playing a team like Czech, France, maybe Canada, USA in the quarters, which could be a tough ask. Or they'll end up in the plate competition, precluding them from anything inside the top 8. So now's the time to pull out something special. This is normally when number 26, Simon Hare, does something special. Little kick of the puck there. Could that be the start? GB, 4-on-3. Finding the pressure. Just looking for it. Smartly moving the puck around. Got to be sharp. Got to be accurate. Unleashing from the side. Almost there. They're getting just a little bit interfered with, but that keeper had compressed the puck under the pad well and truly. Couldn't find it, but he's in the right position. This could be his opportunity. The Swiss will quickly get fresh legs out there because it's a big ask. Swiss keeper just having a little word with Harry about chopping. That's fair enough. You know, you've got to go dig in. You know, if there's something loose underneath the pad, until the referee blows the whistle, within the bounds of human dignity, you go for it. Again, GB, they don't have time to waste watching these guys play with the puck. Short-handed, this is really deadly. That's the kind of complacency that they could just not do with. They've got to step up. They've got to get the legs to attack those players. The Swiss team are light on their feet. They're quick, they're maneuverable, sharp. So that's what they can do, short-handed. They can send a puck absolutely out of nowhere. They remain short-handed. GB, it's time to step up. It's 2-7. It's 4:32 left to play in the second period in this preliminary match. Preliminaries deciding the seeds for the quarters and a plate competition. I'll, during a break, go more into where the teams will go when the finals actually start. 2 pools of 6 teams each, who will then separate based on seeding which it looks as though GB might just be sliding down ever so slightly from. Under pressure now, I think that the heads have dropped. I'm surprised that they're not attacking the short-handed situation a little bit more. Maybe they're feeling the heat out there. Just a little bit despondent now, not quite sure what to do. And then again, the Swiss taking a Toblerone break and slowly coming out of the bench, which the GB players will be absolutely chewing on their tongues about now. They will absolutely be spitting feathers about that. Harry's got a sarcastic grin on his face. I don't think he's very happy about that. Can he win this face-off? Scrapped away at it, but nearly fell, fortunately. Pass well taken off the boards. Okay, this is an opportunity. Where's he going to turn it? Oh, can he pick this up? He's got the opportunity. Got sandwiched. Returned to attack. This is a little bit more bright. This is what they've got to do to score a goal. 3 minutes 28. A couple goals back here would maybe just raise their heads a bit and set them up for their next preliminary coming up tomorrow. However, they are going to have to beat that Swiss keeper, number 20 Walter, no mean feat. Bobbling puck. Swiss pace. Stick lost. Danger. Decided to take the shot and not the pass, and it was the right decision. Keeper was down on the floor, committed, just waited for the gap to appear. Patience pays off and potted it right in behind. And that's hard for GB. I think that's it's a bit of a harsh. This is unfortunately the case sometimes in sport. Scoreline not really representing the actual run of play. GB look much brighter, much better than they have in tournaments gone past. It's always a bigger ask for GB to come out and represent against the quality that's around in Europe and the depth that they have in their amateur and semi-professional leagues, the depth that they have in their coaching facilities, for sure, a big issue. Nigel Thompson, owner of the Sheffield rink, the old Queen's Road, formerly ice rink, is out here playing for the veterans. One of the few places in the UK that can really cater for a big full pitch like this. There are other places that are popular, like in Rotherham and down south, but again, you know, those places are DIY specials. You know, we do our best, and the people who are there putting them together, say nothing of the veterans keeper who owns a shot coming in from GB now, trying to put a little bit of pressure on. Marcel trying to impose himself again, but not like that. GB veterans keeper Gary the Glove, who has his own rink close to the border of Wales where GB train regularly. A couple of others dotted around the country, but, you know, nothing like this. And, you know, these are the things that we need to start to progress if we want to compete at this level consistently. But that's why we're out here. That's why I've managed to convince the Dark Lord that he should let me have some term time holiday so that I can come out and support the sport and then start it to grow. Slap shot had some power, but for the fact that it missed the goal, would have been a killer. Number 30, Florinette, proving to be a formidable force on that team in terms of pace, stick handling, aggression. And power of shot. That's a great crossing pass. Just too technical. 1, 2, 3. Set up a really nice triangle. Distraction in front of the net. Watch this replay, folks, if you want a masterclass in how to do power play passing. 1, 2. Just too much for tired legs on the GB team. Tired legs and tired minds, I think, as well, too. I don't think they're ready to face this last minute now as we just count down seconds rather than minutes to the finish of this match. And the clock ticks up for 10 Switzerland, 2 GB. The run of play definitely swinging towards the Swiss as we get later on into the match. Now the Swiss using that extra energy they've got to try and challenge and score a few more goals. Goals could be a factor with a lot of high-scoring games in roller hockey at this level. Do get a little bit of a disparity, and therefore later on when some of the teams meet each other in terms of positioning, goal difference could count. So we've known that punishment when GB have played Slovakia before in previous tournaments, and they've had no mercy and tried to put together high 20 score lines. Okay, GB, can we take a break out here? Can we make a good attack? Good physical pressure, but fears refs don't like it. So he's going to send him. Didn't like that one little bit. I'm just checking down to my replay feed here, and that's going to be a holding call. Yeah. Two of the GB players both recognized that that was a little bit over the top. And so in their favorite spot, the Swiss, sitting patiently watching the rest of their team hang fire against GB, who are just lacking a little bit of punch. Some debris on the floor there as Hayeri's big shot comes in from far and wide. Looks like a bit of strapping from a pad or something like that. Needn't worry. Sweep up the pitch. Clear the debris. Clear your heads, lads. Clear your thoughts. And have a good think about what it was that just caught you a little bit off guard, particularly looking at the defensive play. Scoreline, I just don't think does GB justice. I think they've started brightly. I think this is a strong team. We've got some good talent out there. But consistency and maybe the sort of concentration throughout the entire sort of period, maybe just doing for them a little bit in this match. But much to look forward to there. There's some real talent. Looks like there's some fast skaters in the debutantes. And you never know, there might be another gear yet in terms of the way that they're going to set up. GB always experimenting a little bit with a number of different tactical options. And they were a tough team to play, the Swiss. You know, they came out last year very brightly. They looked like they could be potential finalists or quarterfinalists last year. They're aggressive, they're physical, they're fast, they're organized. Every bit their national stereotype, if you wish to think of it in that way. And should do them well as they go forward through this tournament. But they faded. Can GB grow? And it's really nice to see the guys out there tapping their sticks and showing the respect to the players and the fans as well too. And a little bit of a cheeky pick post-match there for the chaps to remember the occasion. Many more games to go, lads. Many more games to go. And hopefully some good things to come. So, we've got the Czech Republic coming up versus Australia. Apologies to those who are looking forward to the commentary on this match, but I'm going to take a break. You can probably hear my voice is already starting to slip a little bit, and I don't want to ruin it. Many, many more matches to go, including tomorrow. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break for this, but I'm sure